this is Manuela again. I'm going to share my screen with you, and let's go through the female reproductive system. This is an interactive session, so I want you to answer my questions, and once you've answered them all correctly, you can go and watch the next video. Wouldn't recommend watching the next videos until you really got familiar with these terms first and with the terminology first. So we start with the oviduct. So that is the conduit for the oocyte, or that's an egg before maturation, or also called the female gametocyte. And so that's the tube for that, and embryo transfer to the uterus. The oviduct is also known as the fallopian tube, or the uterine tube, and it is the passageway through which the ovum, so that's also again an egg, passes from the ovary to the uterine cavity. The fallopian tube, also called the oviduct or uterine tube, so it has three names. It's a pair, as you can see there are two, of long narrow ducts located in the human female abdominal cavity, so down there in your belly, that transport male sperm cells to the egg. It provides a suitable environment for fertilization and transport the egg from the ovary. So the egg comes out here and goes all the way over there to the central channel. This is called the lumen. That's a channel within the tube. It's also in other body parts, and this one is a channel in the uterus. So this here is the uterus. Say it again with me. Uterus. Very good. It's also called the womb, it's an inverted pear-shaped muscular organ, so it's a muscle of the female reproductive system. You know it's a muscle because you get cramps, and it's not very nice. It's located between the bladder and the rectum. So when you go to the toilet, it's just in between those two. It functions to nourish and house a fertilized egg until the fetus, so that's the little baby or offspring, is ready to be delivered through here. So let's recap this again. What's that? Ovaries produce the eggs, very good, that then travel through the fallopian tubes. And once the egg has left the ovary, it can be fertilized and implant itself in the lining or the wall of the uterus. So the main function of the uterus is to nourish whom? Yes, the developing fetus prior to birth. Let's have a look at the next thing. So that's the cervix. The cervix acts as the door to the, what's that again? A door to the uterus. Very good. And so the cervix works like a gatekeeper, which sperm can travel through to fertilize the egg. And when your body is not carrying a child, your cervix actually is like a plug, and it helps keep unhealthy things out of your body, like tampons or bath water, nasty bacteria, and so on. When you're pregnant, your cervix helps you to keep the baby in place. It's like a plug, it kind of closes up here until it's fully developed. But what does it do during menstruation? Because it has to be open, doesn't it? So yes, the cervix changes. It opens a small amount to permit passage for menstrual flow. So, but what happens during pregnancy? It shouldn't be open, shouldn't it? Of course. The cervix closes to help keep the fetus in the, what's that called? In the womb? Yes, the uterus until birth. As you approach ovulation, the cervix rises up to the top of the vagina and becomes softer and moister. The womb now is open to allow sperm to enter. So it has several functions, this part of the female reproductive system. And what's it called? The cervix. Very good. And down here, what's that? That's the vagina. It has three main functions. First of all, as you can think of, yes, it provides a passageway for blood and mucosal tissue from the uterus during a woman's monthly period. It has to come out here. Second, it receives the penis during sexual intercourse and holds the sperm until they pass into the uterus. And third, it provides a passageway for childbirth. So what are the three main functions again? First of all, it's during menstruation. Yes, it's a passageway. And during a sexual intercourse, what does it do? Yes, it receives the penis. And what does it do afterwards? Yes, it holds the sperm until it can pass on. So let's recap that again. So what is this down here that we've just talked about? The vagina. Very good. And then this little, passageway here, what is that? That can change so many times. It can act as a gatekeeper, but it can also become very moist. The cervix. Very good. And then we have the, womb here, like the whole thing. What is that? The uterus. Very good. And then we have this tube here. You actually have two. What's that called? The fallopian tube or the oviduct. And that's it. So if you have any questions, let me know. And see you soon.